Yeah. So what we'll do is that we'll start off with the class, right? If all of you remember, we were studying the chapter Getting to Know Plants, right? We have covered root, we have covered stem. Today we will be covering leaf very intricately, right? Intricately we will be discussing about leaf, the different parts of a leaf, the characteristics of a leaf, how does leaf, carry on all the function, how is a leaf helpful for the plants. So we will be discussing each and everything about a leaf. You would be surprised to know that we just look at leaf thinking that it is a tiny small green structure, but it is actually one of the most important part of the plant, right? So we will be covering that aspect today. Okay. Fawaz, can you please read out the first paragraph of the leaf? Kindly unmute yourself, use the mic, and read the first paragraph.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please read out the first paragraph?
Ma'am, a leaf is flat, flattened green
Structure.
structure. It is from
It
from
arises
arises from the node of the stem or its branches. Leaves differ in shapes, shape and sizes.
mhm,
The flat The flat green part of a leaf is known as the leaf blade
or
to-
lamina.
or lamina. It is attached to the stem by means of a short stack called
Stalk.
stalk called the
Petiole.
petiole.
Yeah. Just leave the figure portion and read the last line. The leaf blade.
The
Yeah.
leaf blade has many vines forming a network throughout this its body. Arrangement of vines in the leaf blade is called
Venation.
venation.
Okay. All right. Thank you. So, who is this? Thank you, Fawaz. All right, Fawaz, you can unmute yourself. Thank you. Okay. First and foremost, we had read about STEM. So, when we were reading about STEM, you remember we were discussing that concept of nodes and internodes. How many of you remember nodes and internodes?
Yeah, ma'am, I remember notes and
You
internet.
remember, right? So basically, these portions are called the nodes, and in between the nodes, the space in between the nodes are called the internodes, right? So whenever a leaf comes out, a leaf will always come out from a node. It will never come out from an internode. Never. Always leaves come out from a node, and most of the times it is from both the directions. From both the directions the leaves come out. Is that clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So here, that is what they wanted to say. Here, if this is the node here, so this is from where the node has come out. And if you remember, all of you, when we were studying STEM, do you remember we had studied the concept of an apical bud and an axillary bud? How
Yeah,
many of
ma'am.
you remember?
Yes, ma'am. Apical and excellent.
Correct. So these are, if there's a small bud coming out from here, which might be a branch, which might be a leaf, which might be a flower. So these will be all apical axillary buds. And if there's a new leaf or a new bud coming out from here, then this will be an apical bud.
Ma'am,
Correct?
apical bud is a bud that is coming from the end of a branch, right?
From the tip, from the tip
Tip
of
of the
the
branch.
branch or the tip of the stem. That is an apical bud. Okay, so basically a leaf will always come out from a node. If there's a node here, the next node will be here. So the next leaf will be coming out from here, right? So that is the concept of a node, of a leaf coming out from a node. That is one. And second thing, if you have observed that, when there's a plant, for example, if there's a plant, have you always observed that, the leaves, as the plant grows, for example, this is a plant, this has got root here. As the plant grows, the size of the leaf gets smaller. These leaves would not get bigger further because this is the maximum that it can grow. After a while, it will become yellow, it will become brown, and then wither off. But always you will never find a big leaf here. They always grow in a decreasing order. Why? Can Darshil answer this question? Okay, let me answer. Basically, it's very easy. Because these leaves are coming up later. These are new leaves. These leaves are coming out later. That's the reason why these leaves are smaller. And these are old leaves. When the plant grew from a sapling, these leaves had come out first in the beginning. This had come second most in the order. These had come third most in the order. That's the reason why the size is also changed. The newer leaves will always be smaller, slowly and slowly, as and when they get nutrition, they will also increase in size. And then there is a maximum size that they will reach, and after that, they will not grow anymore. Then they will grow yellow, they will age, and then they will wither off. Okay, this was something very easy. Okay, so the flat green part of a leaf is known as the leaf blade or lamina. Correct? Can you please give me a minute? Can I just excuse myself for a minute, please? I'm muting myself.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, fine. Thank you. So basically, leaf, as we know, it is a very flat structure, right? That is what we normally call it as a lamina or a leaf blade. For example, if I have to refer to this leaf, I'm drawing the outline once more for all of you to understand. This structure, this is called the lamina. The lamina can also be named as a leaf blade, right? A lamina is a more scientific name, so it's preferable that you use the word lamina, right? Now that you will be going to higher classes, but it is also usually referred as a leaf blade. So do not get confused. Lamina and leaf blade are the same thing. Now, from the stem, from the node, there's a small stalk, right? From where the leaf originates, that is known as the petiole. Just like every flower, if you see, the flowers also have a little stalk, right? We call it the pedicel. Similarly, the leaf also has a small stalk, and we call it the petiole, right? Now, when the petiole runs along the leaf, ekta middle say, it runs along the leaf, that is known as the mid-rib. Mid-rib. It is called the mid-rib. Going from the middle, that's why mid, and a rib, because it gives support to the veins, right? Just like human beings have arteries and veins to carry on blood, and for transportation. Similarly, from the midrib, there are small network like structure coming out, that is known as the veins. veins, they are known as the veins. Okay, so more or less like the human being, we have a very organized, system of organ systems and tissues and structure. The plant kingdom also has a very, very structured system, for especially for sending and all the water and the nutrients, right? There's a totally planned network of cells and tissues, right? It's very organized. So just to repeat this, This is called the flat portion of the leaf is called the leaf blade or the lamina.
Ma'am,
This is, yes,
ma'am, there are two types of venation, right? Parallel venation and reticulate venation.
yes, we will study about venation today. But before that, we need to, get our basics right. Right? If I say venation, then you might not, many might not understand. So we need to get to know what are veins first. Right? So just to recap, this is known as the leaf blade or the lamina. The stalk connecting the stem and the leaf is called petiole, which extends further is known as the midrib. And there are structures coming out from the midrib. It is known as the veins, right? So this is all about leaves that we have to know at least at this level. But let me tell you, you can study about leaves even till class 11 and class 12, and it's very, very detailed. The types of cells that are there, the stomata, the guard cells, it is very, very detailed. The structure. Acha, who knows? The study of plants. What is it known as in science?
Ma'am, botany.
Botany, very good. Botany is the study of plants in science. Very good. So, when there are botanists, who are like specialists in botany, botanists, every leaf is almost different. There are various categories. There are some 11, 12 families of, plants. So, they have a detailed structure
Excuse
that
me,
they need to
ma'am.
study. Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, I want to know that who is the father of botany?
I forgot. I remembered. I knew it. I'll let you know.
Okay,
Are
ma'am.
you are you aware who is the father of botany?
No, ma'am.
I don't know if there's a father of botany, but yeah, Theophrastus. I
Okay,
guess
ma'am.
Theophrastus was a scholar, a botanist, and a biologist. Right? He was born in 370 BC.
Ma'am, I know that in his life he all study about the plants.
Yeah, he studied and he was a student of Aristotle. Right?
Okay, ma'am.
Aristotle, all of you know, no? Aristotle was a very famous. He was a philosopher. He was an educationist. Right? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is in short about leaves. Now, leaf, blade has many fine veins, which forms a network throughout the leaf. So that's called venation. What Vamika was saying. What is venation? Venation is basically a structure, a total network. How they will send the food, how they will send the water, after they prepare food, how will it come back and then spread it throughout so there's an entire network. So that network of veins is called venation, correct?
Ma'am, in short, can you tell it as an arrangement of veins?
Yes, an arrangement of veins, correct. It's a network of veins, so the arrangement of veins, correct, why not? So, and we already have studied, from earlier classes, we have been studying that there are these small, tiny green pigments that's there in the leaf. There are millions and millions of pigments in one leaf. That is the chlorophyll.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
ma'am, so like plants which are not green and are red are called croton plants, are they called something else?
they are called something else. Crotons is basically, a family of plants. You know,
Ma'am, they are called variegated plants.
They are called variegated leaves. They have
Sorry.
variegated leaves. But then again, crotons is just a family. Just for example, we have pothos. You know, what are pothos? Pothos are a family of the money plant. There are different types of money plants. Some are green in color, some are light green in color, some are green and white in color. Similarly, there are crotons, right? Crotons would be like, they have variegated leaves. They could be they could be maroon in color, they could be yellowish, they could be a combination of white, purple, green, and maroon. So there's a huge, the croton family is huge, but mainly they have less chlorophyll in them. They are ornamental plants. They grow, most of them have vegetative reproduction. They don't have seeds or flowers.
Okay,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
is there in that like male or female in those plants?
Yeah, they should could be, you know They could be unisexual, they could be bisexual, could be. But then again, if they're growing into vegetative reproduction, it really doesn't matter. You just cut a stem of croton, put it in water. In 10 days, you will find, the stem will start having leaves.
Yeah,
So
ma'am,
leaves,
in my home I'm having a money plant, and in that I observed.
yeah. And after it starts having the root, put it in soil, it will grow into a new individual plant. So that's the beauty of vegetative parts.